It has become increasingly frustrating to ship stuff into Amazon FBA. It's more complex, it takes more time, and it costs more money. But the worst problem is when you wanted to send it into one Amazon warehouse, but it takes you to 2 or 3. Not only does this cost a lot more money, when it comes to high peak seasons like Q4, it dramatically increases the chances of stocking out. The good news, in less than 10 minutes, literally today, I'm gonna break down a strategy for how you can consolidate your shipments to one warehouse. It's a good one, it's timely, let's go. What is up, guys? Welcome to Heist, and as the intro alluded to, shipping stuff in Amazon frankly sucks. Back in the good old days when I started 4+ years ago, you literally could take your stuff from China, you could ship it directly into one Amazon warehouse, usually in California. You could ship as much as you wanted, check-in times are relatively easy, life was pretty dang good. But since COVID, obviously things got much more complex with the supply chain, and as Amazon has looked to streamline their costs and their operations, they're putting a lot more onus on us sellers to actually get it to the warehouses that they want. Now, what this typically means is instead of sending to say one warehouse in California, you may have to send it to up to 3 warehouses, sometimes all the way across the country. Now, this is a major headache because you might have planned your shipping plans around doing a full truckload. Or if you've got to break it into 3 trucks, not only does it take more time and the check-in times can basically push you out of stock, you're either having to ship partial trucks, which cost a lot more money, or you're having to wait to consolidate trucks. And despite all the money, which matters, the biggest thing is it's a lot of headaches, it's a lot more operational work, and it's just one of those things that you don't want to deal with in your business. So back about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, Sellerize, the software tool, came out with a really cool option to basically consolidate down to 2 or 1 FCs. Unfortunately, that phased out. They weren't able to keep it running. Shipment Maker Pro was something that we've used for well over 1 year, and it was the holy grail. It was expensive, but it enabled you to consolidate and have a lot more control of where your shipments went and how many FCs they went to. But if you use that software, you got an email that said, hey, we can't do it anymore, and that's out. So I basically resigned myself to look, it's the nature of the beast, right? We got to figure this out. We might have to ship to up to 3 warehouses, especially for those products that are a little bit larger. That's until I found out about a solution, and that solution is 9yard. Now, like anything, I wanted to put this thing through the paces before I put my stamp of approval on it, and it's really freaking good. In fact, I like it a lot better than even Shipment Maker Pro, which I loved. So the number one thing is it enables you to reduce down to 1 or 2 FCs, but it gives you a lot more flexibility on bypassing Amazon's clunky shipping UI, enables you to print stuff out, consolidates labels, just does a host of other things. But most importantly, instead of sending 3 trucks, which should cost $2,000 a piece to 3 different locations, you can do it and minimize it to 1 or 2. So we're gonna break down a really quick SOP here so that you can get off to the races if this tool makes sense for you. I think especially as we lean into Q4 or if you've got peak selling seasons, in addition to the money saved, time is of the essence. And even 2-3 days of stocking out or getting low check-in times or sending it to the wrong location or having a couple extra days of trucking across the country can literally make or break your Q4. So if you want access to this SOP, I've got a link down below. Give me your email, I fire it right back to you. If you want to sign up, I've also got an affiliate link to 9yard down below, but let's get after this. So you're going to want to go to that link down below, and the first thing you're going to want to do once you get to this homepage here is to actually set up an account. Now, once you do that, there's a couple different options that they have as tools. For us personally, we use something called Shipyard, which is the feature that enables you to actually consolidate shipments. In addition to that, you can find the most favorable FC and location in the country. You can bypass Amazon's shipping flow. You can create the shipments first and add the box contents later, which can really help if you want to tweak your cartons. You can print all kinds of barcodes and labels. You can even consolidate your FN SKU and actual shipping label into one. You can print your pack list for your 3PL, and you can prep and ship via either SPD or LTL. Now, once you've enrolled, you want to go to integrate your actual Amazon account. You can do that there on the left. Then just click on Add Amazon. Just like any other software tool, you're going to plug in all your info there. It can take 3 to 5 minutes to get everything together, but once that's locked in, you should be able to see all of your products and be able to create shipments. The other thing you may want to do here is add users. So if you've got a VA or somebody on your team that manages the logistics, you can add them, you can change their roles here. So you can have multiple users working within your account. They've also got the ability to add multiple brands. If you've got multiple brands like me, you can operate that all under one plan and one login. You will need to pay extra for every account and brand you want to add, but it does offer a lot of flexibility, so you don't need to have multiple logins. So let's get to the magic of this thing, which is how to actually create a consolidated shipment. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the shipping and replenish dropdown within your 9yard portal. You can use the search bar to find the actual products that you want to add to your shipping plan. Then you want to enter the quantity that you want to ship in. You can either use suggestions from 9yard, or if you've got an idea what your master cartons are and the quantities you want to ship in, you can plug it in yourself. Then you want to choose the type of planning, and here's where we want to actually use advanced planning. So go to that advanced planning tab. Then under that advanced planning tab, just click on plan all. Now give this a minute or two. It's going to kind of run its magic, connect directly to your Amazon account via the API, and create the options that Amazon presents for you. The next thing you're going to want to do is to actually see what the output is. Now, if you've got one fulfillment center, like we're showing in this example, you're off to the races. Just hit create, and it's going to give you all the paperwork and labels that you need to print out yourself or send to your 3PL. But as is the case for most Amazon sellers, and really what's been a pain in our neck the last year, and it's gotten even worse, especially if products are a little bit bigger, is that you might actually see 3 different warehouses that Amazon kind of spits out for you. Now, here's what's cool. Of those 3 different options, if you like one of them, you can actually select your preferred fulfillment center and press try to add all here. 9yard's then gonna work its magic, connecting again directly with Amazon's API, and it's gonna try to consolidate all that volume to 1 FC. Now, sometimes it might only be able to do it to 2, but you're gonna be able to see the percentage of the quantity you wanna ship in broken out either at 100% down to 1 FC or some partial percentage to 2 different FCs. But even sending 1 less truck could save you a couple grand. If you're good with those options that kind of get calculated, you can hit create on the ones that are green and initiate those shipments. Now, here's some more secret sauce, and this is something that didn't exist before, is it actually gives you the opportunity to modify your plan. Now, why this is important is you can sometimes add additional SKUs in your catalog, even if you don't necessarily need to ship in inventory. You may want to add a carton or 2, modify the plan, and it might actually reduce it down to 1 FC if it's only consolidated down to 2. This is because Amazon's algorithm around shipping is going to be based on where your products are. It's going to be based on what you're shipping, based on sales velocity, and sometimes adding in additional SKUs, again, even if it's a master carton or 2, can push things in your favor such that you might actually get a more preferable FC, or you might be able to consolidate it down to actual 1 location. So tons of flexibility here. You can play with it and oftentimes find solutions that at a minimum get it down to 2 FCs, but in many cases you can get it down to 1. I'm also gonna leave a link down below to 9yard's actual full-fledged demo if you wanna check that out end to end. But I'm telling you guys, if you ever get 3 FCs in your shipments, this thing will pay for itself. You're gonna save a crap load of money, but more importantly, you're gonna get your products into FCs faster. You're gonna get it into the FCs that you actually want strategically, and you're gonna spend less time, which can literally be hours, trying to figure out how the heck am I gonna fill these different trucks? What do I need to ship in when? It's gonna simplify your life at a time in the year when sales are high and you need things to be simple. I hope the discovery of this tool helps your business as much as it has ours. Again, click those links down below if you want access to this SOP I went through, as well as to the affiliate link to 9yard. Or if you don't want to buy me a coffee and don't like my affiliate links, you're not going to hurt my feelings, you could also go to 9yard.com. If this is your first time here, guys, I try to drop as much value as I can that's helped me and my Amazon business to help others. Go ahead and hit subscribe if this is your first time here. If you dug it, hit the like button, send me a comment, and I'd love to see you again here next week. Cheers, guys.